see here. Dun, dun. We are live for 1076. All right, yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's your boy, the Nature Boy, back with another video. And today we are live reacting to chapter 1076. So let me start off by telling you guys what I've already heard so far, unfortunately. So during my last live stream, after it was done, someone came into the video and commented all of the spoilers, apparently, without any warning. And I managed to read one name and a certain island that they are on. And I think that name alone is the reason they were so desperate to reach out to me and make me know that spoiler. So I think you guys can already tell who I am talking about. In case you haven't read the spoilers, I'm not going to say anything. That's all I'm going to say. So if you guys have read the spoilers, I'm assuming it's the biggest spoiler in the chapter. If there's more, that's even better. But we're going to get into 1076. Let's just wait for more people to hop in here, and then we're going to get right into it. 1076, Old Friends. Let me see if TCB have it yet. No, okay, so we're going to stick to OP scans for now. Okay, let's jump right into it. So colors page here is Luffy, Vegapunk, Chopper, and then we have, oh, this is nice, all of the Straw Hats, Luffy, Sanji, Usopp, Robin, Zoro looking sick, Nami, Chopper, Jinbei, and where's Brook? Oh, there he is with his hoodie next to Zoro. Anyways, I have high expectations for this chapter, but let me just wait a bit for others to come in here. But if that, I don't even know if that spoiler is true, but if that spoiler is true, I wish I wasn't spoiled on it. I really wish I wasn't spoiled on it. I can't wait. I really can't wait. Let's go. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so we got Luffy, Zoro, Luchikaku, Mihawk, or S-Hawk, and S-Bear, right where we left off last time, and Shaka. So Zoro, even if we take off your handcuffs and fight together, I can't see a future where you'd let us lock you up again. That's very true. That's not true. If we can get through this crisis together, will they fight together? Chapter 1076, Old Friends. So I think that's Kaku. That's not true. If we can get through this crisis together, we'll keep quiet and let you lock us up again. That's a lie. Luffy, alright, that's fine by me. Zoro, he's obviously lying. Obviously lying. And in comes S-Hawk. In comes S-Hawk. What up, Chaz? These next few years of One Piece are going to be amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like ever since that break in this past summer, starting with 1053, 1054, it's it really is endgame. We are in the final saga, and these next few years, these next last years of One Piece are gonna be on a whole different level. But let's go chapter by chapter. Let's get through 1076 because I have high expectations for this chapter. If the character that I heard is actually in this chapter, let's go. So S Hawk comes in, whoosh. What happens here? He goes for a slash, and Luffy pulls Lucci out of the way, and Zoro pulls Kaku out of the way. Also, let me know how if you can hear it clearly, or if it's too quiet, if it's too loud, anything like that, so I can bring it closer in. So they basically dodged the attack, and Zoro's shocked. Huh? Was that the power of the dice fruit? How did they get that? But then again, they're probably so. It seems like they have the powers of the original seven warlords. The only ones we haven't seen yet are Crocodile, Doflamingo, and Moria. Because we've seen Mihawk, we've seen Jinbei, we've seen Hancock, and we've seen Kuma. So I'm assuming they have an S Crocodile, an S Flamingo, and an S Bat. So if they have an S Crocodile, I guess it kind of makes sense that they would also get the DNA of Mr. One. But that would be the only right hand of a warlord that they would get the DNA of. Does that mean Mr. One is really above the Virgos, the Absaloms, the Hancock sisters, the Boa sisters, I should say, the I don't know who else even has right hand men. I don't think anyone else does. But why is it only Mr. One? No, but then they took Senor Panks. Probably from when they cloned Doflamingo. This is so interesting. So rather than show us Doflamingo and crocodiles, they're showing us their subordinates fruits. So could it be, because I would say those might be the two smartest of the original seven warlords anyways. So could it be that rather than giving their own DNA sample, they offered up the DNA samples of one of their subordinates? So they don't really have an S-Hawk or S-Flamingo because those two were one step ahead of like Hancock and Mihawk and everyone else. And so they have Mr. One and Senior Pink instead. And then I would say Absalom, but we already saw he's dead. Shiryu has his Devil Fruit. But this is interesting. So this S-Hawk has Mihawk's. He has Mihawk's look and skill, but Mr. One's Devil Fruit ability, which is a deadly combination. And then S Shark has Jinbei's look and skill, but he has Senor Pink's Devil Fruit. So I think each one, but Hancock's has Hancock's Devil Fruit. We know that. It seems like each one has someone else's Devil Fruit. That might be different from their own. What's up, Amin? Panels are so good. I'm not going to spoil, but man, this ending is magnifico. Magnifico. Prepare yourself. That character had some crazy frames in this chapter. Okay. I don't want to read anymore, but yeah, okay. I figured that I was spoiled on that character being in this chapter. And it's the thumbnail of all of my live reactions. It's my favorite character, One Piece. So I always put that same thumbnail on, but don't say anything else. Don't say anything else. I'm okay because I already knew that, but I'm hyped. I'm assuming that's how the chapter is going to end. Zoro, do you want to go through all this trouble again? Look out, Roronoa. We need you to protect us. CP0, may I ask, what is your mission? I think that's Shaka. Shaka's asking CP0. Do you want to go through all this trouble again? Kaku's saying that to Zoro. Look out, Roronoa. We need you to protect us. What is their mission? The elimination of the 7 Vegapunks. He's literally standing right in front of you, Lucci. And Kaku's saying that. Furthermore, it doesn't seem like Stussy will get off the hook for betraying you. It doesn't seem like Stussy will get off the hook for betraying you. No, of course they're going to go after Stussy. Yeah, I'll never forgive her. Of course. Are you even trying to save yourself? No, Lucci has too much pride. He's not going to be like Haku. He's going to tell it like it is. And we got someone screaming in the back. And then we have Zoro, Luffy, Shaka. Did he chuck something to Luffy? That was Nami's scream. The 4 of them are on a rampage. How many others do we have to protect aside from the 7 Vegapunks? That's true. Zoro's right. Too many people are going to need protecting right now. Because he split up where the weak people are together and the strong people are together, right? Like Sanji's group is not going to need any protecting, but not Zoro's group. Zoro's group and Sanji's group won't need any protecting. But then all the other groups. I mean, yeah, Frankie with Usopp, that'll be good. What's up, Ringo? Yo, crazy chapter. Hey, yo, man, hope you enjoy this chapter. What's up, Stefan? I have been spoiled on one character appearing, and that's it. So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know anything else. But I've been told, I've been DM'd, hey, don't look at anything. Don't look at Twitter. Don't look at anything. This is going to be a banger chapter. So, Helmet, give me the key to the handcuffs. Okay, I'll leave it up to you. Please protect Estella. So is Luffy going to unlock him? So after we stop these 4 enemies, since you can't beat me, you won't go after my friends or Vegapunk. Got it? He just called him out. It's true though, he can't. So after we stop these 4 enemies, since you can't beat me, and he knows this, it's already proven. You won't go after my friends or the Vegapunks. Got it? But I don't know if Lucci's gonna listen to him. Don't provoke these guys, you idiot. As you wish. Because you're the one I want to kill you're the one I want to kill first among all, Straw Hat. That's a sick panel. I like the way Lucci is drawn here. And I think I'll kill all your friends after you're dead. Don't let him join us. I like how Kaku and Zoro are the voice of reason, and Lucci and Luffy are just like completely unaware of the positions that they are in their negotiations. And we see Ursa's shock. And the handcuffs are off right before the explosion. Boom. Kind of reminds me of Ace at Marineford. Right before they shot him down and the handcuffs come off. So you know he's good. What is up, Rio? Luffy acting like an emperor. Exactly. He has the confidence of an emperor now. Ever since he beat Kaido, like that's it. He has the confidence. He has the feats. He has the abilities. He split the sky. He has the jacket. So we see a big Ursa shock, and the lab is getting further destroyed even more now. Luffy goes into Gear 4. Let's go. Gamu Gamu no. Sorry about this, Bonnie. Well, that's not Kuma. That's just a clone. Kong Gun. 6 King Pistol. And then we see Zoro and Kaku going in at the same time. Ooh. Did they cut them in half? Looks like they cut Mihawk in half. S-Hawk. Kuma looks like he has a hole in his abdomen. And then Mihawk looks like he's been split in half. Oh, I read this in the wrong order. My bad, guys. Okay, so Luffy and Lucci go in together. Kong Gun in Gear 4. And then 6 King Pistol in his... not his awakened form. Just his regular Zoan form. Or his hybrid form, actually. Yeah, that's his hybrid form. I think so. No, that's his regular Zoan form. And then we see Mihawk coming in for the strike. And then we see Tempest Kick, White Thunder, and Purgatory Onigiri. Let's go. And then both Kuma and S-Hawk are down. Or damaged, I shouldn't speak too soon. They're down for right now. Inside the research facility, please give us some food. It's between 2 months already without a decent meal. What's with the texts here? Like the text format. Please give us some food. It's been 2 months already without a decent meal. What is up, Cosmos? What's up? Hey, Luffy has Gear 4. Let's go. Gear 4 feels so casual now after Gear 5 existence. Yeah. Gear 4 now is like Gear 2 after Gear 4. Like Gear 2 in like Whole Cake Island. It's just like whatever. He has the clouds around him in Gear 4. Look closely. Who, Lucci or Luffy? Oh, he does. Interesting. Lucci does as well. Hold on. Let me try and see Lucci in a separate panel. Luffy clearly has it because we see it in the individual panel where he says Gear 4th. But the one with Lucci, it's a close-up of his face, so we can't see if he really has it. Plus, Lucci's is black. So in the panel where it shows them both together, there are clouds around Lucci, but they're white clouds. So I'm assuming they're Luffy's clouds. Otherwise, his would be black. And we know his awakened form is more skinny. But what does that mean? Because Luffy's only in Gear 4. He's not in Gear 5. So is this like a stronger version of Gear 4 now if he applies these clouds? Good. That was a good point. That was a good point, Chaz. I'm glad you pointed that out. Wait, where was the chapter released? It was released on OP Scans. If you go to opscans.com or just Google OP Scans One Piece, you'll find it. I don't want to risk putting it in the chat because I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if you're allowed to. I mean, basically, it's on OP Scans. Just Google it. I think Lucci uses his non-awakened form. They're both using their non-awakened form, but for some reason, Luffy has clouds around him and Lucci doesn't. But let's keep reading. So someone is starving here. Are we ever gonna get out? Are we gonna die here? World Government Intelligence Agencies, CP5, CP7, and CP8. So have they come here earlier before to try and kill the Vegapunks, and Vegapunk locked them up for how long? Months? He said a couple months, right? It's been 2 months. So I'm guessing these guys came to eliminate Vegapunk earlier and they failed or just disappeared. So CP0 were sent. And now they're kind of like, they're captured too, right? They could just as easily be here. But I can't think of any other reason why Vegapunk would have 3 of the Cypher Pole agencies locked up in one of his labs. So I think they were trying to kill Vegapunk for some time now. 2 months ago, following the Egghead investigation, we were supposed to leave the island, but we were attacked by the Sea Beast weapons and had to retreat to this island. All the Cypher Pole members who came to investigate our disappearance ended up like us as well. I'm sorry, I thought you were the mastermind behind all this. This is Vegapunk though, right? Before I scroll down, this guy is talking to this shadow. 2 months ago, following the Egghead investigation, we were supposed to leave the island, but we were attacked by the Sea Beast weapons and had to retreat to this island. All the Cypher Pole members who came to investigate our disappearance ended up like us as well. I'm sorry, I thought you were the mastermind behind all of this. Dr. Vegapunk. So he's still here. He's still here. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't know anything about this. I had no idea something like this happened here in Egghead. So I was wrong. Spoke way too soon. But why is Vegapunk so injured and tired? His head is bleeding. He's handcuffed. Oh, Bonnie. Bonnie got him. Bonnie got him. Man, I'm beat. Why are they like... Why are his boots so focused on the shot? Am I missing something with his boots? Let me read some more of these. I think Lucci has his non-awakened. Gear 4 always had these clouds. Did it? Did Gear 4 always have those clouds? I think maybe it did. I know Snake Man had clouds because they had it in the shape of snakes. Maybe Gear 4 did have those clouds. Because he always has air, right? Like, even when he goes out of the form, air comes out of his mouth. Cypher Pole got what they deserved after Water 7 and East Lobby and all of that, lol. Yep. Interesting to see that either one Bonnie's fruit effects were off after some hours, or 2, Vegapunk in baby form got knocked unconscious and then reverted. I'm thinking number 2. Or if Bonnie's the one that did this to him, she probably took him out of baby form. Maybe she didn't want to hit him in that form, right? Vegapunk literally licking the floor when he sits down. Hey, what's up? What's up, Agaro? Welcome to the stream. Clouds are not related to awakening. They are a symbol of godly figure in Japanese lore, same as Eneru's drum in his back. Look for Indra and Ashura. Okay, fair enough. So I'm just thinking of the ones in Gear 5, but I guess there have been clouds already in Gear 4. Just Gear 5. Gear 5 is the one that has it around, kind of like a backpack. It's not really like that in Gear 4. I don't think so. But let's keep reading. Man, I'm beat. Indeed, it was the incomprehensible, the study of the poneglyphs. There's no way that intel could have leaked to the world government. Navy branch G9 has set sail. G9. Is that where Smoker was? G9? Do we know anything about G9? This ship is headed for Egghead. We have over 100 ships of all sizes. Roger that. On a certain island in the New World. Why does that look like Beppo? I don't recognize these two ships, either one of them. But this has Beppo's face clearly on it. Unless this is Panda Man's ship. This is a bar at a small port. Take me with you. Take me with you. Take me with you, please. I know who that is. You idiot. You're one hot-headed brat. You definitely can't come with us. I know who that is. I know who that is. Wait, but that's not his ship. On a certain island in the New World. This is a bar at a small port. Yeah, this is Elbaf. This is Elbaf because the kid has a helmet. And this is obviously Shanks drinking here. You idiot, you're one hot. So this is basically chapter 1 vibes all over again, but with a kid from Elbaf now. You idiot, you're one hot-headed brat. You definitely can't come with us. And then this is like the Machina of Elbaf. Give it up already. You will hurt our captain's feelings. I don't care. I aspire to be the boss someday. There he is. The whole crew. They're on Elbaf. Man, I wish I wasn't spoiled on this, man. Someone literally went out of their way to go into my video, comment all the spoilers. It was a whole paragraph, and I deleted it as soon as I saw Shanks is on Elbaf. That's all I saw. Shanks is on Elbaf, and I deleted it. Big Boss, that bastard just attacked us. So we have, who do we have here? We have I forget who. I know the names. I forget who's who, but the guy that owns Monster, the guy that owns the monkey, and then we have Rockstar, and then we have the Doctor, and then we have Monster, and then we have Shanks. That's a solid crew. Hyogoro called Gear 4 a Mio. I wonder is that if a Vegapunk did all of that traitor shenanigans, then wouldn't the others notice it since every punk syncs up once a day? That's a good point. But I'm sure if it is revealed to be a Vegapunk, there's gonna be a simple answer to that as well, right? Like how they were able to do that. If they reveal it to be a Vegapunk, they're gonna address that and they're gonna answer it. Kind of like Kanjuro's drawings, right? And how he was actually a good drawer this entire time. I love how it mirrors chapter 1 with the kid and then Luffy. Yep, exactly. He got a giant sake cup like from the Whitebeard meeting. Yep, he does. I think the Whitebeard meeting one was bigger though. That one was huge. That was bigger than Shanks. But he's got a giant one again. A lot of callbacks here. Finally, and for once he isn't here to promote Film Red. Film Red is done now. So if he's here now and it's not to promote Film Red and it's Elbaf, I'm hoping he's sticking around. I'm thinking he's sticking around this time. Kaido's gone, Big Mom is gone. We're seeing Blackbeard. It's time. Give us the best character in One Piece, Oda, please. Big Boss, that bastard just attacked us. The youngsters are causing a fuss now. What should we do? It's looking like it's gonna turn into a fight. And he's just drinking. Was it good or bad timing? I wonder. We were just about to depart too. Looks like we talked a little too long. I thought they were both dead, so I couldn't help it when I saw both of my old friends here. So this is why the chapter is called Old Friends. Wait, hold on, guys. Big Boss, that bastard just attacked us. That's Rockstar talking. The youngsters are causing the youngster. It's Kid. It's got to be Kid because we saw Kid arrive on Elbaf, and Shanks is clearly on Elbaf. But is he talking about Kid being an old friend? The youngsters are causing a fuss now. What should we do? It's looking like it's going to turn into a fight. Was it good or bad timing? I wonder. We were just about to depart too. Looks like we talked a little too long. I thought they were both dead. Kid and Killer? Kid and someone else? So I couldn't help it when I saw both of my old friends here. The commanders are here. He drops the cup. Beckman, Lucky Root, Yasov's looking sick. The enemy is surely angry with us. Haha, Beck, you don't say. You know who he holds a grudge against. Who took his arm? Oh. Is it gonna be Beckman? Wait, the enemy is surely angry with us. Haha, Beck, you don't say. You know who he holds a grudge against. Let's set sail. Are we really doing this, boss? Shanks, will this lead to a war? Don't worry, I won't let this island turn into a battlefield. Wow, what a handsome man. I think I read this. Yeah, I read out of order. I read out of order again. But anyways, we see the commander's reactions. I feel like they teased that Ben Beckman is the one that actually cut off Kid's arm. Because Lucky Rue's like, you know who he holds a grudge against. Kind of like, it's your fault that he's this angry. Plus, I've always said, I don't think Shanks is the one that did that. Monster is more of a running gag, but especially because of how long it was pre-Wano, pre-Whole Cake, pre-anything post-time skip. In the middle of the time skip. Shanks doesn't even need to go near Kid at that point. Yeah, all of his commanders can beat Kid easily. Even now, Beckman can still beat Kid easily. I'd say so. So since he's in Elbaf, did Shanks off-screen whoop Bardo's butt? Oh, it could be Kid and Bartholomew. Maybe the friend is Saul, or maybe Dory or Broggy, or whatever you spell their names. Dory and Broggy, are they back in Elbaf though, or are they still in Little Garden? Let's keep reading. Oh my goodness. Dory, Broggy, Oimo, and Kashi. Don't think I was going to forget them, or I was going to miss them. So we have Dory, Broggy, Oimo, and Kashi. The guys from Enies Lobby. So these are his old... So they're with Shanks. This is already one of my favorite panels in One Piece. Oh my goodness. We have the 4 giants. We have Rockstar. We have Giant Snake, is it? I gotta remember their names. Yasop, Beckman looking sick. Shanks, Lucky Roo, Monster, the Kid. I forget he's a giant. So even though he's a kid, he's gonna be bigger than them. And then the rest of the Shanks commanders. And then Shanks right in the middle. This is an amazing panel. I don't mind at all, brother. Hey, before that, get me confirmation on one thing. Huh? From Captain Kidd. What is it? Is that Rockstar talking? Hey, before that, get me confirmation on one thing. Huh? From Captain Kidd. What is it? Oh, Shanks said that, and then Rockstar's answering him. And then more giant laughing. Gaga. You gonna fight, red hair? Man, it's crazy to think because Luffy obviously has his whole fleet, right, from Dressrosa. We've seen the Animal Kingdom pirates and how far they extend. The Big Mom pirates and how far they extend. Whitebeard's alliance in Marineford. Blackbeard and Shanks were like the 2 exceptions that seem to have a smaller army. Because we know they have a small actual pirate crew. But the difference between Shanks and Blackbeard, Shanks has been a Yonko for years now. He's been doing this a long, long time. So Blackbeard just left Whitebeard's crew 2 years ago. Shanks has been his own captain for a very long time now. So even though his crew might be tight and small, because we've seen them at Marineford, surely he has his alliances as well, right? And of course, everybody on Elbaf is with the red-haired man himself. Do you really want me to fight now, or will you leave your road poneglyphs behind and disappear? Don't tell me he's facing Captain Kidd right now. This is the country of proud warriors, Elbaf. Wait, I have to read this again. Hold on. Seeing those giants warms my heart, to be honest. Yeah, finally the giants are reunited. Yeah, especially because it's all 4 of them, right? It's the 2 from Little Garden, Dory and Broggy in the front, and then the 2 from Enies Lobby, Oimo and Kashi in the back. Hey, before that, get me confirmation on one thing. From Captain Kidd, what is it? You gonna fight, red hair? Do you really want to fight me now, or will you leave your road poneglyphs behind and disappear? So he's basically pulling a Blackbeard. Blackbeard came up to Law and demanded his poneglyphs, and it seems Kid came to Shanks, but Shanks is like, well, since you're already here, hand me those poneglyphs, boy. Hand me those poneglyphs or lose your other arm. Choose wisely. Warland, Elbaf, New World. Warland. The country of proud warriors. Warland, Elbaf. Now, this is Kid's ship pulling up to the port in front of two ships. But that's not Shanks' ship. There are several shadows of ships emerging from the coast, and some idiot is slowly approaching us. Who's slowly approaching Kid? They're shooting at him too. There's gunshots. It seems like they're under the banner of one of the 4 emperors, the red hair pirates. They're sure to be big names as well. His arm is aching. His arm is aching. Back then, we couldn't even get a glimpse of Big Boss Red. Of course. Of course. I hope no one is surprised by this. Of course. Pre-time skip. It's like, imagine going up to Kaido. King is going to wreck everybody. Imagine if the Straw Hat Pirates tried to invade Wano. Right after the post-Summit War. Queen would deal with all of them. Jack would deal with all of them. They wouldn't even see Kaido. So that's the same thing going on here. Back then, we couldn't even get a glimpse of Big Boss Redhair. We were beaten to a pulp with no chance of fighting back. You even lost your arm. This time, you might not lose just an arm. Don't come near the bosses. It's the Big Boss. I've always wanted to meet you, Big Boss and Beckman. Big Boss and Beckman. I wanted to pay you my tribute money. We don't have that kind of a system. This time, you might not lose just your arm, but your life. And you got Shanks himself walking up this time with Ben Beckman. And he wants the poneglyphs. Ha ha ha, but that's only if I were to lose, right? Chapter 1076 end. Fiery warriors are about to clash. And we have a break. This is basically the exact same thing as that chapter where it was Law and Kid, the final panel, and it was winner take all, right? And Law smirking. Now we have Kid smirking, but this is just, I don't know, Shanks is too deadly. I feel like Shanks can still solo the whole Kid Pirates. This doesn't feel like a matchup. Law and Blackbeard felt like a matchup. Blackbeard's obviously going to win, but it's going to be a good fight. I don't think this is going to be a good fight. And he's bringing Beckman with him. Oh, this is where I think this is not gonna end well for Kid. And this is not just me talking as a Shanks fanboy. This is me talking from a narrative perspective as well. I've already made multiple videos saying I think Law is going to be either captured or dead. Because the Law and Kid had their moments. Shanks and Blackbeard are 2 of the top 4 or 5 most important characters to the entire story of One Piece. And they've been saved all the way until now. So the way storytelling works is you're going to take characters, right? And you're gonna promote them, and bring them up. And then once a character beats them or embarrasses them, all of that hype that you spent years transferring into that character immediately goes into that other character, right? Law and Kid with beating Big Mom. Luffy was beating Kaido. Oda hyped up Big Mom and Kaido for 5, 6, 7 years. And then when these young generation guys beat them, everybody started to look at Law and Kid different. We all know Luffy was going to win. But because Law and Kid beat Big Mom, all of us readers started to look at them different. So now that Oda has spent all this time since Sabaody introducing the characters of Law and Kid, working around them and giving them their own different paths, right? One has Conqueror's Haki, one has one of the best Devil Fruits, the stuff with Doflamingo, the backstory of Law. When they beat Big Mom, not all, but a lot of their character arcs can come to an end, right? A big majority of because they're not the main characters, they're not the Straw Hats, so they're only gonna have so much purpose and journey and plot that's gonna keep them super relevant. So them beating Big Mom is a huge accomplishment already for them, where you can almost argue their stories can now come to a wrap, especially Law. Kid still hasn't had a flashback. He still hasn't had all the screen time that Law has had. Law has had a flashback. He's had an awakening. He's been in Doflamingo's flashback, in a second flashback, basically. So now that Blackbeard and Shanks, two characters that were introduced much earlier than these two, it's the final saga of the entire story. What, you can't just bring them in. You got to bring them in a way that's going to give you goosebumps, right? It's going to be hype. So with Blackbeard destroying Law and Shanks even doing worse to Kid, that's how you reintroduce these monsters to the story. Because at the end of the day, it's their time to shine. And it's like Kaido and Big Mom. He made them look better than Shiki. He made them look better than Blackbeard. And some people can argue he made Kaido look better than Shanks because it was their time. They needed to look like the biggest threats. Now it's Shanks and Blackbeard. So the only way I see this going is a horrible, horrible defeat for Kid. Or someone else interferes. But I honestly don't see Shanks even getting a scar. Because it's about Shanks. It's about Blackbeard. It's about showing how big of a threat these guys are now. There's nothing that Oda can do from this point on to make either Kid or Law look like a serious threat to Luffy and Gear 5 Luffy towards the end of the series. So that's not the way the story is going to go. Now the question is, the man that just beat Kaido, that just awakened his Devil Fruit and was revealed to have arguably the most powerful Devil Fruit in the story, how can you reintroduce old characters that have been saved but now make them look like they were stronger than this entire time and are still stronger and a big threat to Luffy? And a good way to do that is, okay, if Shanks destroys Kid and Blackbeard destroys Law, even though they're not fighting Kid and Law together 1v2, if they can like completely dismantle them, it's gonna give that feeling in the back of everyone's head that, okay, these guys are on a different level than Big Mom, because they're coming off a high of beating Big Mom, and then they get a reality check from Shanks and Blackbeard, right? That's where I see the story going. Let me read some of these. I'm very behind. Sorry, guys. As far as I remember, Shanks never had a full canon fight. After he fought the Bandit back in Luffy's hometown, every fight was either off screen or just one sword swing, and that's it. Even the Bandits, Shanks didn't raise a hand to the Bandits. If you remember, Lucky Roo shot him, and then Ben Beckman dealt with them. Shanks never even lifted a finger. All Shanks did was jump in to save Luffy, and even then, he just saved him. He didn't raise a finger that entire chapter. No, he's telling Rockstar to deliver that message to Kid. Oh, thank you, how do you say that? Rero. Thank you. Let me go back and read that part. So you have, okay, so Shanks is talking. Hey, before that, get me confirmation on one thing. No, okay, so Rockstar is telling Shanks, before that, get me confirmation on one thing. Huh? From Captain Kidd. What is it? No, okay, so Shanks is saying, before that, get me confirmation on one thing. And then Rockstar is replying back, huh? From Captain Kidd? What is it? And then Shanks is saying, do you really want to fight me now, or will you leave your road poneglyphs behind and disappear? Choose wisely. Bro, Shanks is too slick with it. He's just too cool, bro. So yeah, you're right. Thank you for pointing that out. I really hope we get to see something from Shanks. One Piece started 26 years ago, and we still have barely anything. I know. It's like, but I kind of appreciate that because I know how important Shanks is to the story. And once he's fully introduced, there's no going back from it. And it's like, he's so special because every time he shows up in the story, we all know how rare it is. And Oda doesn't just put him in anywhere. He puts him in the most important and hype moments, like Marineford, like visiting Whitebeard, like the Gorosei. Huge moments where we're like, whoa, we don't forget them. And now, ever since 1053, 1054, and we know we're in the final saga, and now after this chapter, it's bittersweet because it's sweet in the sense that we're finally seeing Shanks, my favorite character, but it's bitter in the sense that prestige, that mystery, that sense of like he shows up every now and then is gone. Because it's not that I don't want it to be gone. It's just that I know, we've all always known that once that is gone, and Shanks is in full play, it's the end of the series. So this is just making me know it's the end of the series. So that's kind of like bittersweet. Shanks is like he's one of the best characters in anime and manga to me. Seriously, Kid is about to get his cheeks slapped, pretty much. Yeah, Kid is a bit too cocky for his own good. He's always been like that. He's always been like that though. Look with Kaido, right? But I think this is different because Shanks isn't necessarily a villain. So if Shanks can deal with Kid, it's gonna have a different effect to the story in the sense of Kaido doing it. I feel like Kid versus Shanks, Law versus Blackbeard. So Luffy versus Buggy next. Just kidding. Or I think no. I honestly think eventually Luffy versus Buggy, in a more joking manner, can happen. I know a lot of people think it's gonna be the what's it called? The Davy Back fight games, but I don't know if we have time in the story for a whole arc of Davy Back fights for a second time. We've already done that once, right? I think if we did that again, an entire arc, a lot of people won't be too happy about it. And I think what Oda's trying to do now is make as many people happy as possible because he realized with the pacing of Wano that even people who loved Wano weren't happy about a lot of things in Wano, like the fake out deaths, the pacing, the level of threat wasn't there, a lot of things. So I think Oda is going to be very careful, very careful. He has been. He's already shown us. He's a lot more careful with how he spends every panel, every chapter, everything now, right? He's probably cutting out a lot more things too now as well. The GOAT about to show off. It's going to be off screen. I wish, Marco, I wish I could agree with that, but I think from this point on, we're not going to see any more of Blackbeard versus Law, and we're not going to see any more of Shanks versus Kid. The reason we got to see a little bit of Blackbeard versus Law is because we've already seen both of their abilities and we know what they can do. So Oda's like, let me show the beginning of this fight and lead people down the path of thinking Law actually has a chance. And then he sends in Blackbeard and he sends in all these other things with Pudding, and we see a cover story with Katakuri. So now it's going to be off screen and we're going to have no idea who showed up, what happened, who took whose side, was Kazan there. So he can come up with any end result he wants and it makes sense. That's what's cool about it. But with this one, we'd have no idea how Shanks fights. So I think he's not going to show us anything. He showed us this, and that's it. Now we're going to get the end result of Blackbeard versus Law, which, like I said, I think Law is captured by Blackbeard. I think Kobe is going to get freed by Garp, and Garp is going to retreat with Kobe. Kuzan might play a role in it as well. I think Law is going to lose, and he's going to get captured by Blackbeard. His crew is going to get utterly defeated and wrecked. And Katakuri is going to come back, and they might get Pudding back. But I think 50-50 on whether or not Katakuri and Oven show up and get Pudding back. 100% on Garp showing up and getting Kobe back. And 100% on Blackbeard beating Law and capturing Law. That's what I think. That's like how confident I am in that happening. Would be sick if next chapters got a glimpse of a fight like the Blackbeard versus Law fight. That's true, but we don't know how Shanks fights. That's the thing. So I don't think Oda is going to show us. We don't even know if Shanks is a swordsman. Like Oda has been very careful with everything Shanks has done in terms of combat so far in the story. With the Whitebeard ship, he pulled out his sword to fight Whitebeard, but before that he didn't. He used Haki. He knocked out half the crew and damaged the ship without a sword. With Green Bull, he had his hand on his sheath, but he didn't do anything, and he scared away an admiral. With Marineford, he didn't do anything really. So half his feats have been with a sword, and 60% have been with Haki. So I think because of that, we're really not going to see Shanks versus Kid, because Oda is saving Shanks, everything about Shanks. Stefan says, oh, that tribute system. The one woman mentioned is probably Oda implying something naughty she wants to do with Big Boss Shanks. Yeah, I figured. But the idea, I guess, behind that is all of the other Yonkos, when they take over the territories like Big Mom, Kaido, you pay a tribute, right? So, yeah, she's saying it in a flirtatious manner, but Shanks comes back with, yeah, that's not how we run as a group. Even though this is our territory, we don't really do that. We don't have that kind of system. But she does say, I wanted to pay you my tribute money. She does directly say that. Now, I don't know if that's the actual translation or Blackbeard had moments in Marineford. Yeah, we've seen Blackbeard fight, so it's not going to be too crazy to see him fight again. Amin says Shanks looks disinterested and deadly in that last panel. He is about to low diff the whole crew. Honestly, yes, that's the ones you gotta watch out for are the ones that are facing a fight and look like Shanks, not the ones that look like. Usually, like think of Bellamy versus Luffy. Think of like Luffy versus Kaido when Luffy got one shotted. When one person looks like the way Kid looks in a panel, and the other looks like Shanks, it's about to be a one shot or like a mid diff. It's not even close. Shanks just oozes so much confidence, and Kid is not at that level that he respects yet. He's not at like, I don't think it would take like even a Luffy or a Kaido or a Big Mom. I think those are the ones that will make Shanks fight seriously. But even then, I honestly feel like Shanks is decently stronger than everyone else. That he is confident this entire time. He has confidence that he can beat Kaido. He can beat Big Mom. He can still beat Luffy. He's just like, he's always been that guy in the story. But people just want to ignore it. Kid got a small sweat drop on the last panel at least. Did he? I don't see it. Maybe I'm missing it. A sweat drop. You talking about the panel where he's holding his arm, or you talking about the final panel with him and Shanks split? But I wonder, why are the Giants cheering Shanks on? Sure, they love Shanks, but Kid also co-defeated Big Mom, a woman all Giants hated deeply. So logically, the Giants should like both Kid and Shanks. They probably just like Shanks more because Shanks has been there for years now, right? For many, many, many years, and that's their territory. It's like Fishman Island with Luffy. They love Luffy, right? And even who knows if the news has even gone across yet to them that Kid defeated Big Mom. Well, I guess yeah, the bounties came out, the newspapers came out, but I don't think it's necessarily that they have anything against Kid. I think it's just that they love Shanks so much, and the way Shanks runs things as a Yonko when he takes over territory, the way he does it makes him more admirable. Whereas Kaido does it with fear, Big Mom does it with fear, Shanks does it with leadership. He commands respect, right? He doesn't demand it, he commands it, and so they respect him to a whole different level. Because I'm sure he helps them out as well, right? He protects them from any oncoming invaders, probably make sure they're well off, they're well fed. Sounds hateful, but I would be glad Kid and Law die here because unlike Shanks and Teach, they don't deserve Luffy's rival title. They don't. But they're not Luffy's rival. Anyone that says Kid and Law are Luffy's rival, they're living in the past. They're living in Sabaody. They haven't been. From a portrayal, from a narrative, from a power scaling, from any type of analytical perspective you want to look at. There is no way that you could say Law is Luffy's rival, especially Law. Kid, there's a little bit more of an argument with Kid due to personality type and him not having a flashback yet, and Kid obviously going to be at a faster growth rate than Law. From here on out, I think that's pretty obvious. Kid, there's an argument that you can say, okay, from a portrayal standpoint, definitely not in terms of strength. With Law, he has a whole different mission. He's already served under Luffy. You want to see alliance all you want, okay, but once someone is officially aligned with Luffy, it's like saying Hawkins is Kid's supernova rival. No, because as soon as they aligned with Kid, everyone knew. It's like Kid is now officially clearly above Hawkins and Apu. Same with Luffy. He is now it's Zoro and Law. Law's on that level. Can he beat Luffy's right hand man? Is he even strong enough to beat Luffy's right hand man? And Kid, at least from a portrayal standpoint, is a little bit higher than Law, but from a strength standpoint, they're the same. Some would argue Law's above him. Well, I think Shanks is gonna use Kid. All the islands have a magnetic pull, and Kid uses magnetic devil fruit. It would make sense if he uses him rather than kill him. Use him for what though? Use him for what, Jay? Elaborate, because I'm wondering, like, what can he really do? How can he use Kid for magnetic pull of islands? Maybe Loki will step in and end the fight. I don't think Shanks. I think if Shanks officially chooses he's gonna fight, that's it. like, just look at the respect Shanks has garnered throughout the story, right? When he says stop fighting, everyone stops fighting. He's the most peaceful guy, the most pacifistic guy. So if he does choose to fight, I don't think it's gonna be as easy to stop him. He's the kind of guy that goes from 0 to 100. There's no 20, 40, 50. He's either at 0, he's laughing, he's having a good time, he's offering Mihawk sake, he's laughing at Whitebeard insulting him, or he's at 100 and he's pulling out his sword and he's like, I'll fight all of you right now. So I don't really see anyone stopping it. What's up, Burrow? What's up? Glad to see you made it. What a chapter. What a chapter. What did you think of the chapter? Luffy versus Buggy might become Luffy versus Cross Guild instead. But then where are the Straw Hats in that? Because Zoro has to fight. Luffy can't fight Mihawk. Luffy cannot fight Mihawk. It must be Zoro. So Luffy would have to fight. He's not going to fight Crocodile again. He'd have to fight Buggy. This was an amazing chapter, Nature Boy. Would you say Zoro is Admiral level or First Yonko Commander? I would say he's the strongest First Yonko Commander and the strongest person under an Admiral. I would say the strongest person that is not yet Admiral level is Zoro. And I would say that confidently because I would put Yamato, Law, and Kid slightly below Zoro. And I say this with my chest every time, and I know this is an unpopular opinion, but to me, Hancock and Crocodile, Admiral level, easily. Hancock and Crocodile are stronger than Green Bull, and they are Admiral level. I would put them above Green Bull, but below Fujitora, because I think, if you guys watch my top 30, I think Green Bull is significantly the weakest Admiral, but he's the gatekeeper to Admiral level. So then after Green Bull, you would have like Boa Hancock, Crocodile, Marco. I would put Yasop and Lucky Roo there as well, like I did in my video. And then the real Admiral level, I would put Fujitora. Then that's where you could say like the real Admiral level is Fujitora. And then after Fujitora is like Sabo, the Old Man Trio, Rayleigh, Garp, and Goku. And then you go into Kazan, and then from there it's Admirals and Yonkos. And that's it. And Beckman. From Kazan, it's either an Admiral, a Yonko, Ben Beckman, or Mihawk, or Dragon. That's it. Which is like the people I would call like the monsters. Final panel over his eye. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I see it. Thanks for pointing that out. He's sweating a little bit. He's got a little drop over his right eye. Left, if you're looking at him. And Shanks just looks so calm, bro. So calm. Any expectations for 1077? Also, predictions on how the trader or traders are on Egghead. You have a very good analytical angle, in my opinion. Thank you, Stefan. What are my predictions for 1077? I definitely think we're going back to Egghead again. Oda likes to do this, where he'll just show us something else. He'll show us the start of it so that we know this thing is starting. And I kind of appreciate it now. I used to hate it, but now I appreciate it because he doesn't have the time to show us everything going on in the world of probably the biggest world building in anime and manga history, right? There's too many moving characters. So I appreciate that he shows us how things start, and then he's like, you guys can picture it from here. You just don't know the results, but you know what's going to happen. And then later on we see the result, or we hear the result from Luffy or from the newspapers, which makes us feel like we are with the Straw Hat crew, right? Or like we're living in that world where instead of seeing it, we're hearing about it. Right? Like imagine we saw Blackbeard beat Ace. It would be a different feel than just hearing Blackbeard beat Ace. Now we're more in Luffy's perspective. We can relate more to Luffy because our experience with that was almost exactly like Luffy's, except we saw the beginning of that fight. And I think with Law and Blackbeard, it's going to be so much parallels between Ace versus Blackbeard in Panera Island and Law versus Blackbeard here in, I forget the island they were in. I forget what it's called. But so I think we're going to go back to Egghead, and I think 1077 is going to be a much more chill chapter again, where we're probably going to go back to Egghead, and we're going to see more of like Nami's crew, Usopp's crew, what's going on with them. We might not even see Luffy's crew, or we might end it with Luffy's crew, and we might get something crazy like a quick look at where St. J. Garcia is, or Kizaru. We're going to have to mention Kizaru again very, very soon. He's supposed to be the fastest man in the series, right? Where is he? And how the trader or traders are on Egghead. Well, the traders are the Vegapunks, right? It's one of them. It's one of the Vegapunks. I don't really have any theories on that right now, but I think when it's explained, it will tie in nicely. it will tie in nicely. But I'm just not seeing it right now. If there's any foreshadowing, I'm not seeing it right now. Shanks no diffs kid. Absolutely, Nana. Absolutely. Who the traders are. Kid no diffs Shanks. How do I block? No, I'm just kidding. Mihawk solos, red hair pirates. No way my man just said Hancock is beating Green Bull. Tell me one thing that Green Bull has done that suggests he can beat Hancock. Drop the Admiral title. Drop it, because he clearly shows he's not on the level of Fujitora and let alone the OG3. He's clearly shown us that. He's screaming from Momonosuke's attack. In his Momonosuke's first ever Burrow Breath, got him screaming. He's struggling against half of the Scabbards and Momonosuke. Yamato gives him one attack. That's it. I'll give him this. He has good defense as a Logia, because when Hancock gave him the Advanced Conquerors Hockey attack, he was kind of just like, ow, what was that? Nice attack. So that was good on his part. But other than that, what? He beat two half-dead commanders? Wait till we see Hancock. You'll see. Wait till we see Hancock. Hancock and Crocodile, I have above Green Bull. Bull can't even beat Jack. Tower of God World is definitely bigger than One Piece's. I haven't seen Tower of God. I haven't seen it. Right now I'm watching Gintama. But Gintama is like, I started Gintama like 3 years ago, and I ended up dropping it when COVID and all that stuff happened. And I'm trying to get back into it now, but it's so weird because it's kind of like watching Naruto without a filler list, because you're gonna keep watching, you're gonna see a good story going on, and then that arc ends, and then it's just like filler again. Even though I like Gintama's, I don't even know if it's filler. It's not a plot driven story, but I enjoy it for the comedy. So I just finished the Benizakura arc. I think that's like the 60s episodes, somewhere in the 60s, and that was amazing. I binged it so fast, but it was like 4 episodes. And now from what I hear, it's not going to be like really, really good plot-wise again until a little while. But I'll still watch it because I love Gintama. But I'm waiting because apparently it gets really good at the Shogun assassination arc. So I'm trying to get my way up to that. I'm also reading Kingdom. I'm very early on into it, but I don't have a lot of time to like keep up with these things now. Green Bull pierces a Lunarian skin with no difficulty. Zoro already beat him. Like, he was done. At that point, anyone can pierce through his skin. He has no defense. We even saw, he was like, there was no flames. There was no mask on. There was nothing. It was all gone. It's like Zoro removes his shell off a turtle and then someone else hurts the turtle. Yeah, his shell's gone. Zoro already did all of the hard work for that. I read theories that either 1, there was a 7th Vegapunk satellite that was locked away and now went rogue, or 2, maybe a Vegapunk teamed up with a Seraphim we haven't seen yet. Think S Flamingo. I'm more on the lines of 2. I'm thinking S Flamingo, or S Crocodile, or S Bat. Yeah, it's a shame. I love Gintama, but I can't really watch it through because it's so episodic. I can watch it, but I just wish there was a plot. But even if there's absolutely no plot, other anime I'd have a hard time watching like that. Like Naruto, I kept quitting it because I didn't know you could just literally check where the filler lists are. And then years later, I did that, and I just loved it because I was able to just binge all of the plot, which was amazing. Gintama, I actually like the random plots, but they're just short. They're so short. Like, even the Benizakura arc was like 4 or 5 episodes, and it was amazing, but I'm like, man, I wish this was like 20 plus episodes. But everyone that has watched Gintama all the way through has nothing but good things to say about it. And I love the art style. So I'm going to stick around to the end for it. But I think I'm going to call it a stream, guys. I'll probably make a video. I'm definitely making a video talking more about Shanks versus Kid on Elbaf. If you guys remember, wait, let me throw this in here. There was a video I made not too long ago where I already made a prediction on what's going to happen. So, if you guys haven't watched this video, go watch that video. Because that's exactly what I think is going to happen moving on with these two characters. And with Law and Blackbeard, again, I don't think we're going to see what happens. I don't think we're going to see Garp showing up there at all. I think we're just going to get, at the end of Egghead, we're going to get the most newspapers we've ever gotten. We're going to get Garp saves Kobe and brings him back. Law is defeated. The Heart Pirates are disbanded. Blackbeard captures Law. Katakuri grabs Pudding. Shanks, Rex, Kid, all kinds of newspapers. Whatever happened on Egghead is going to be on the newspapers, and new bounties again for Luffy. Perhaps for not for Blackbeard, maybe for Blackbeard, but if Blackbeard goes above Shanks, I don't know. Blackbeard just got a bounty increase, but I think Egghead will have an increase on bounties for some people, very few people, and that's what I think is going to happen. But I'll make some more videos in detail. Give me some time to think, reread this chapter, and really take in what happened. And some more videos are definitely going to come out. So thank you guys for watching. 12 people watching right now. I appreciate you guys. 14 likes on the video. Thank you guys so much. This is only my second live stream, so I appreciate it. Stefan, Riro, X8Garo, Amin, JW Bell, Nana, Burrow, who was here earlier. I don't know if you're still in. Ringo, all of you guys. Thank you so much. And with that, thanks for watching, guys. Nature Boy signing off.